Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Headbangers Closet. Hope everyone's doing well and enjoying their week so far. So what have you guys been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of the new Bear Mace album, and now I can't remember the name of the damn record, but awesome death metal. I believe they're from Chicago. Bear Mace, really good sound in death metal. Check them out, Bandcamp and Instagram. My favorite tune on the record is a song called Iceman Cometh. Excellent guitar work. Almost sounds a little thrashy with the riff, the speed of the riff and how it sounds. Sounds just borderline thrash metal, but it's just really good death metal. A mix of good guttural vocals, growling vocals, and then of course just kind of shouting vocal stylings. But really cool. Bear Mace, check them out. Also been listening to a lot of this album, Beast. The album's colossal. I talked about it in my last video. And Jimmy Campbell said that they're from Denmark, and I don't know if I said that or not, but he said if you pronounce it in Danish, it's like best, but it's the translation to English is beast. So I was kind of right, but give these guys a listen. I posted the photo of this album Instagram page today, and a lot of you guys have already commented on that and on the video that you're gonna check this album out, and you definitely should. It's really good. So that's death metal, Beast and Bear Mace, and then of course still listen to the Carotid record and the Electrocutioner record, two excellent thrash albums. Another album I listened to today was a thrash band called Must Kill. They're from the UK. I listened to them a few weeks ago, but I watched Mark over at Metal Never Dies, his little review of the album this morning, and I just wanted to give another listen. Just really good, solid, new school thrash metal. So check that out, a band called Must Kill. So for this video, I was planning on doing this video for a few days now, and it just coincident that Motley Crue announced yesterday Theater of Pain 40th anniversary issue. They put the the little videos in the post over on social media. I checked it out on Instagram, and it said Motley Crue 40th anniversary Theater of Pain box set. So I was like, all right, hit the shop now button. $150, but sold out. And I kind of went through the video of what is all included in the box set. Really cool. Don't really think I want to spend $150 on it, but if it's on the record store, or maybe I can find it used at some point, I might pick it up because it did look pretty cool. You get the album, you get another album of demos, and then you get a 2-album live show plus a booklet. So really cool stuff from Motley Crue with the Theater of Pain 40th anniversary. It actually came out June 21st, 1985, so a little over 40 years ago now, but I'm old. I just remember this video for Smoking in the Boys' Room. I thought it was really, obviously Home Sweet Home, but Smoking in the Boys' Room I thought was really cool. I really liked when bands back in those days did a video, but they had they told a story. It was like a few minutes of video before the actual music started. So this one was pretty cool. The kid gets to school and a dog grabs his homework and eats it, and he tells the teacher, and of course, she thinks he's full of shit, and detention, and then he's in detention, and then Motley Crue comes in and starts playing. So it was pretty cool video. One of the better ones Motley Crue has done. I kind of think everything after that video was just your run-of-the-mill, them playing somewhat live. Almost every video, right? You had Wild Side, Girls, we just have the strip clubs. Wild Side, Home Sweet Home, they're playing live. Same old situation. Basically, almost all the videos they're just playing in, and then obviously they were playing in this one too, but there was just more to the video than them just playing. Anyway, Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, awesome record. I really like this one. It's not as good as Shout the Devil, nor is it as good as Too Fast for Love, but still really great album. I've said it before on this channel, and I'll say it again. I think Mick Mars's guitar work is top tier on this record. I love the riffs. I love the solos. I just think his tone on this album is better than anything he's done on any of the records. Like I said just a minute ago, I still think Shout at the Devil and Too Fast for Love are better. I like the guitar work on those as a whole, but I just think his tone on Theater of Pain is better. I listened to interviews that he's done. He really likes the album. He likes his part of the album. I know that they were going through some tough times at that particular time of the recording process. Nicky was getting really big into drugs around the time, and Vince Neil just had that drunk driving accident where he killed the guy, was it Razzle from Hanoi Rocks? That was a huge problem. They kind of had to start recording, then stop and start and stop and start. So it kind of seems a little disjointed at times, but I think the guitar work is really good. I watched this thing on YouTube where it was an interview again with Mick Mars and some of the guys in the band, and it was like fans' questions from back in the day, and someone was like, oh, your first two albums are much heavier than this one, and he kind of was like, well, that's because those albums were recorded and very rushed, where Theater of Pain wasn't as rushed and it was more of a polished production. I don't know if I buy that. I think they're heavier just because they're heavier. I mean, I don't think it really has too much to do with the production on the album. I just think they're heavier because it's heavier guitar. But this one was definitely more polished, and you can kind of hear that in the songs. But really, really good album. This is my OG copy, and then this is my my anniversary copy. I don't know which one it was. So it's the 40th anniversary from Motley Crue, not the actual album. I got all the 40th anniversary from Motley Crue when they reissued them. But I mentioned before when I did my albums that scream hair bands, and just Motley Crue is one of those bands that every album it kind of seems like, they're all kind of hair band, they're all sleaze metal, but they kind of change their look on all of them. And I really, this era for Motley Crue for me was really important. I got into them when Shout at the Devil was released, so this is the first album that was released after that. So, eagerly anticipating a new Motley Crue as a kid, and seeing the Home Sweet Home video and the Smoking in the Boys Room video, and getting the cassette tape, getting the album on vinyl, picking it up on CD, years later, and just, seeing them in the Hit Parade or Metal Edge with the way they looked. Nikki Sixx in his polka dotted outfit, and Vince in the white and pink with the gloves, and the rest of the guys and what they were wearing and everything. They're all kind of wearing the same thing. Well, I don't know what you would call this. Vince was less of like the rags and the robes and the scarves than the other three guys, but I don't know what kind of style you call that. But either way, I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool as a kid. And of course, the next one, which would be Girls, 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 they were in their like leather and biker outfit, so definitely change there. But great record. Some of the tracks to me that stand out, I like them all. I think the album is virtually flawless, but I really like Fight for Your Rights. Keep Your Eye on the Money's probably my favorite tune on the album. Use It or Lose It's another one. Louder Than Hell, Raise Your Hands to Rock. Tonight We Need a Lover is another great track. It seems like this entire album, you had the video hit Smoking in the Boys Room and Home Sweet Home, but it seems like this entire record is like classic deep cuts for Motley Crue. Like every album, there's some really, really good deep cuts. It feels like this album is like the entire album is deep cuts. All those songs are so good. The riffs are great. Like I said, the solo's great. I like it. I like the way Vince sounds. I like everything about the album. I know a lot of the guys in the band don't like it. Really, the only thing that Mick really liked about it was his part, the guitars. But in interviews with all four guys, none of them really liked the album. I think it's good. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Motley Crue's Theater of Pain. You guys get any of the... I just realized I'm wearing an Exodus shirt talking about Motley Crue, so somebody's gonna be like, "You're a poser," But I didn't buy any of the variants. I think there's 3 or 4. They're all like that pink and like red color, and you get like the Amazon. There's one for Amazon. There's an indie record store one. There's a Walmart one. Then like an Urban Outfitters. I'll eventually get 1 or 2 of them, but I'm not pre-ordering anything right now. But I would like that box set eventually. So what about you guys? Did you guys check it out, pre-order thing? So I know some of y'all did, because we were talking on some other threads there and some of the comments. You know who I'm talking about. Not going to mention any names. Just kidding. Twagger's Turntable. I know you bought one. You said you got one. So anyway, yeah, really, really cool stuff from Motley Crue. What do you guys think about this record? And did you pick up any of the albums that they released yesterday, or not released, but like pre-order yesterday? So leave me a comment. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel, and I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers, everybody.